Is being who you are. A lot of us look for love in other people. A lot of us look for acceptance in the people who go to our school, to our work, to our church, or even in our homes. But you are yourself, and I don't want you looking at anybody else unless you're looking in a mirror at your own reflection. And some of us do not like our reflection, but that's okay. Sometimes you see the flaws and nothing else, but flaws are what makes you beautiful, and you need to understand that. We live in a world where society likes to label us, and we get labeled quite a lot. We get labeled by the color of our skin, by our hair, because if we dye it, we must be something we're not. And if we dress the wrong way, we're probably wrong as well, because people just can't accept us for who we are. And we get judged so hard, and we see things in different ways that we forget who we are because we get so lost in ourselves that all we try to do is fit into somebody else's descriptions of us. We get so lost in this make-believe where we want people to see us, but we're so afraid of being rejected and pushed aside and being an outcast to this friend group of ours. We get so afraid of not being seen or heard that we tend to shut up and close off. We always wear what others seem to like. We want to impress, but we don't impress ourselves. I want you to look in the mirror and love you as you are. You're struggling to see your own worth, and you're searching for it in others. Nobody is going to give you your worth. They can love you as much as they want. You can receive their love as much as you can. But other than that, that's just a band-aid to the scars in your skin. And no matter how much love they give, or how much money they spend, or how much food they make and give, how many gifts you receive, that's not called love, because that's not self-love. You're searching for love in other people, and you're searching for acceptance in other people, but at the end of the day, that's just the band-aid over the wound, and nothing's going to change unless you start loving yourself, because self-love is really hard to make and create. We struggle so hard to love who we are, what we are. We struggle to hear our own thoughts, and we struggle so much in this area. And I use this as an example that someone else's life is a band-aid on you, because even though they can love you, and yes, they can love you, love comes in so many different forms and ways, and maybe they do love you with all their heart, but in the end, it is just the band-aid over the wound. So you can put a band-aid over the wound, but it's gonna be up to you if you heal. You see, it's up to you to heal. That is your choice to heal, to fix things, to make it right. It's up to you to seal it off, to fix the wound, to heal yourself. You can get love from other people, but until you start loving yourself, nothing's going to go right, because you're always going to doubt yourself. Until you stop doubting yourself, you're never going to stop doubting someone else's love. See, when you doubt yourself, you're going to doubt what other people say about you. You're going to hear the words, and you're going to nod your head, you're going to smile, you're going to look so happy. But somewhere in the back of your mind, there's this tiny voice that's saying, is that true? Do they love me? Do they accept me? Are they really saying this, or are they just saying this? Do they love me as me, or do they love the mask that I put on because I'm so afraid of being me? And I'm telling you, it's okay. Things may not get better for you. I can't promise you they will. But you have so much worth inside of you. You have a voice that is risen, trying to rise up inside of you. So use it. You have an amazing figure, an amazing voice. You have a great personality. You are someone who is worth living for, fighting for. You have a purpose in life, even if you don't know what that purpose is. But you are yourself, and that's so amazing. Because you want to know something. There is nobody else in this world that is like you. No one has your smile. No one has the amount of hairs on your head that no one else has that. You can't count the hairs on your head, but no one else has the same amount as you do. Sure, you might get a doppelganger. You might have a twin. Two twins can look the same, but I'm afraid that they're very different people. And see, you may not love yourself, but others do love you. And you may be struggling in the self-love, but it just starts with one step. And it's saying, I love me for who I am. It starts with looking in a mirror and picking out the positive aspects. It starts with looking at yourself and saying, hey, I love you, man. You're me. I'm doing a great job today. Self-love starts with enjoying who you are, enjoying what you've done. Because if you do not love yourself, you can't expect someone else to spoon feed you love every single day, because in the end you're going to doubt it. In the end, they might walk away. Because when you get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they give you love, that doesn't mean they're always going to stay. Breakups happen, fights happen, arguments happen, and it hurts so much because in the end, you had doubts. In the end, you never loved yourself that much. You were always seeking for love in somebody else. And it's time that you start to heal yourself. It's time that you start loving yourself for who you are. The flaws, the mistakes, and the past is there, but you still need to learn to love who you are and who you've become. It is harsh in ways because it's so hard to love this broken mess that you are. And even if you're broken, these pieces can be put together, and even if there's scars left in the glass that's shattered, it's gonna be alright. It may not be okay for a day or a week or a month, but the storm that rages does not last forever. Even if it leaves destruction in its path, the sun will come out. You see, light can only come into a dark place. You cannot light a torch inside a lit room because that becomes useless. You cannot light light inside of light. For there to be light, there has to be darkness. And you might be in a dark place and you're searching for a light, but that light is inside you. It's this small hot piece of coal or small spark. It just needs to be lit. It just needs to ignite. And that is up to you. So good luck. Look in the mirror tomorrow or even today. Look at yourself. Point out something you like, whether it's the color of your hair, whether it's the dimples that come up when you smile, whether it's a freckle in a weird place. Just look at yourself and name something that you like, because you have so much more worth than you realize. And once you learn to love yourself, you can go miles. Thank you for listening in today, and I really hope you found something interesting out of this. Told just about every day, we get told that you can't do this job unless you do this, and if you fail at that, you're no good at that, and if you do this, well, maybe you're not good at anything else. People take our talents and they rip them to shreds because you can't do this job over here because you failed at that, and even if you failed at that doesn't mean you're no good at this job over here. And see, what I may be good at doesn't necessarily mean you're good at. We each have our different talents, and people have been lying to us, labeling us, because you can't get guys unless you wear makeup. You can't get a girl unless you get a good car. Unless you work out, you're not good enough. If you stay on the couch and watch TV, then apparently you're a potato or something like that. And if you keep running every day, you're trying too hard to exercise. If you eat too much, you're fat. If you don't eat enough, you're skinny. And people are labeling us as if we're a gift in the store, as if we're some parcel to go around the country. And they're putting stamps on us, they're putting labels on us to try and give us some sort of worth that isn't even there. And it's a lie. It's a terrible, terrible lie. They're trying to manipulate our minds to make us change in so many ways. We see it on Instagram, TV all the time, where they say, you're not going to be pretty unless you got the new mascara that just came in. You can't get a guy because you're not good enough. That dress you wear shows too much shoulders, you know? You're not going to get a guy like that. And then for the guys, they're like, you have to work out. You got to have the abs or the muscles just to get a girl. What's with that? Why can't I be myself without being rejected or ridiculed or bullied or judged? Why can't I just be myself? Why? Because everyone is afraid of being rejected. Whether or not you love yourself or people love you, in the end you're so afraid of being rejected. You're so afraid of someone not liking you. We all are. Even though we say we don't care, Even though you say, like, you have to, doesn't matter what you wear, people are going to judge you no matter what. And it's what people do. We catch ourselves every day staring at someone and we think to ourselves, man, what did they wear? Sometimes I've done that. I've seen someone, I'm like, why would you wear that? And then I have to stop myself because I'm judging someone, and it's like, wow, what if someone's judging me? And it makes me so self-conscious sometimes. It's not okay. We, as people, need to learn that our worth, that our identity is not in the labels we get called out on. See, when we get labeled by the skin color, by our culture. We get labeled for how we act in different places, how we put our head down and do schoolwork, or if we study, or if we go to work. We get labeled by just the sports that we play. And we get labeled and labeled and labeled all the time. But these labels are not us. That's what you have to remember. You didn't come into this world and say, hey, look at me. I'm a zoologist. That's my label. That's how you have to see me now. You didn't come into this world and say, hey, I'm a gamer. I'm just going to sit on my couch and do this all day. You didn't do that because that is not who you are. It's your work. It's your hobby. It's a dream. But that is not who you are. See, people label us by only what they see. They don't label us by our personalities or our smile. Sure, you might be labeled as that girl or guy who smiles constantly and brightens someone's day, but people do not label you for who you are. They only label you for what you do. And if you think about that, it's kind of harsh. Stop listening to the lies of other people's descriptions of who you are, because that's not okay either. You do not have to mold yourself, bend yourself. You not need to bend over backwards just to fit into someone else's opinions, because their opinions does not matter. Their opinions don't matter. Just love you as you are. Managed to cram quite a lot into this video today. It's quite long, so I apologize about that. But self-worth is a huge thing at the moment, and it's part of the fight for being perfect. You know, that's all about these messages, is that you don't have to be perfect. You can be flawed, and no, these aren't edited because mistakes are crucial, I think, because if I edit out my mistakes, I don't think that fits in with my own title as well. I really hope people can learn to love themselves, learn to accept themselves through these videos, and I really hope these have been helpful. If you don't find them helpful, that's okay. This really is just me sharing a message that is on my heart and my mind, and it's, yeah, I kind of went off today, and I'm sorry about that. So hopefully this did something. I don't know, maybe it did something, maybe it didn't, but I really wish everyone the best of luck for this week, or day, night, wherever you are. Really, I really hope you guys can step up in your game as well. Just, even if it's getting a book or a piece of paper and writing 10 things that you enjoyed. It doesn't have to be 10. Maybe you start off with 3 and you go, oh, today I got up and ate breakfast. That's a cool thing, you know. You got up. Wow, you did something. That's great. And then maybe you say you meet someone in the street. Wow, another thing. It's so amazing. You haven't met this person in a while, so that will be so cool. And it just starts off with one thing. Just one good thing. Even if it's your cat came and cuddled you, or your dog licked your face and like recognized you. Like this, it's the small things that count and help us learn what self-love is, as well as finding our worth and where we belong. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys all have a good week. I'll be posting again soon, so I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.